Yes, a very good afternoon to the children of class 12 arts. Yes, Neetu has joined, yes. After that, Jivanangshu is there. Jivanangshu left. Yes, this is Maisha, no? Good afternoon, she is wishing, or she's Neetu. Not getting your names. Let me see the chat box. Yes, Oshmita is there. Maisha is there. Rajalakshmi is there. Neetu is there. Then Bharat is there, okay. Jivanangshu is also there. Whether you can hear me properly or not, just give me some give me some whether you can hear me properly or not. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now children, can you just give me that reminder that what was the before your exams, what was the last chapter I have taught in this book, world politics? I suppose only one chapter is there. Oh, I remember. I have done with terrorism, and only one chapter is left, and that is globalization. Yes or no? Okay, thank you to all of you. Now, if I many of you have heard with the word, I'm starting with the chapter on globalization, clear? Now, many of us, we talk about globalization. So, when we talk about globalization, can anybody of you tell me that what is the idea which you have when you talk about globalization? I don't want anything from your book. I want it simply from your own in creation. What do you think when this particular word globalization comes to your mind? What are the things which comes to you, which strikes your brain first when you talk about globalization? Is communication between countries? Yes, to some extent, it's okay. Communication between countries, yes, it's a general concept. Anyone else? Okay, through trade you have said, okay. Now let me give you the definition. We talk about in today's era, we talk about that, we talk about globalization. We say that one, I don't know whether you have heard these particular words or not, that the world has become a global village. That means, previously, what would happen when we used to talk about foreign countries, we used to think, oh my God, so many kilometers, thousands of kilometers far away. So we used to think that we are so far apart. But in today's era, you can see that, with the development of this concept of globalization, every country has now become more or less our next door neighbor. Haven't you heard about these words? It's an era of globalization. The world has turned out into a global village. The neighboring country has become like a next door neighbor to you. Yes or no? Didn't you hear about these words? These are very simple words. Yes, we have heard. So in this respect, globalization means actually, you know, transfer of culture, technology, education, things, material, information between the between all the countries of the world. Clear? So globalization is nothing but it is actually a transfer of everything. Now I'll give you certain examples from which you can understand. You know, previously there was a time, if you take a pizza or a burger to your granny or your grandpa, they will say that এটা কি রে নিচ্ছিস রে, রুটির ওপর কি সব দিয়ে নিচ্ছিস সব কালো কালো লাল লাল, because they don't know the concept, because previously these particular ideas or this type of food habits or fooding, you know, they were not it was not they were not acquainted with that, they had no knowledge about that, they had no idea about that. But it is now, to you, pizza, burgers have become a part of your daily food, isn't it? Why this has been? It is not at all, you can never say that it is a part of the Indian cuisine, it is never a part of the Indian food. But because of this globalization, you know, you find that Indian biryani is becoming very famous in the other countries of the world, whereas pizzas, hamburgers, then McDonald's, one of them is what you call as McDonaldization. This is a part of, I'll say, this is a part of globalization. McDonaldization is also a part of globalization, where you find that people food habits being changed, isn't it? Now not only that, the jeans which you, the trousers which you wear, what is this? This is actually a concept which has been borrowed or which has come into from the other countries of the world. So in this respect, we can define globalization as a flow of ideas, concepts, technologies, cultures, food, clothing, etc. between all the countries of the world. Am I clear to all of you? Am I clear with the concept of globalization? What do you mean? What is the concept of globalization? Did you get it? Okay. Now we will come to page number 138 and we will discuss about the various causes which has actually culminated in the growth of globalization all over the world. So first of all, one important factor before discussing the other causes or the causes of globalization, you know, one thing you people will have to accept that the best, or the, I'll say, the most important reason for the development of globalization, can anybody of you tell me one of the most important reasons for the birth of globalization? Can anybody of you share with me that what is the most important reason do you regard for the birth or the growth of globalization? Internet. And what is internet a part of? Not demand, not demand. Demand will come later on, Mona Lisa. What you know as the technological development. Internet is a part of what? The technological revolution, or the revolution which had taken place in the sphere of communication. This is one of the greatest cause. Nobody can defy, nobody can refuse, or nobody can go against this particular fact that the high development, the huge amount of development in the stream of technology or technological revolution which had been taking place all over the world. This has been one of the greatest reason, according to me, not only to me, I suppose to you also, it should be the greatest reason for the birth of globalization. And together with that, people now, people now, they don't want to remain confined to their own areas. This is the second point which I am giving you, the reason. And the second reason is the thirst or the urge. Urge means the desire. Thirst means the desire to know something which is unknown to you. You see, you people nowadays, you go through the Google, the Wikipedia, the Yahoo.coms, you try to go through them. Why? Because you want to know the unknown, you want to see the unseen, isn't it? So the second reason for the growth of the factor which has actually resulted in the growth of globalization is actually the urge, the thirst in human beings, the demand in the human beings, the desire in the human beings to know more about the countries which are far away from us, isn't it? Then the third reason is trade. That means financial development of the country of the world. This is also one of the important reasons, trade with internal trade is okay. Internal trade is okay. But a country, gains most when that particular country starts establishing international trade. That means when the products goes in the international market, you earn foreign currency. And remember, foreign currency is actually one of the greatest means of income for any particular country, or I'll say that is the greatest reason for the economic development of that particular country. Clear? So what did I say, that what were the reasons for the growth of the factors which has actually led to the development of globalization? What is the first point? First point I told you, technological revolution. Technology, that is the birth of technology. Before the, if you want, you have heard about the names of Vasco da Gama, you have had the names of Magellan. These people were great explorers. But when they have gone to different countries, they have to travel for miles and miles and days, years, year after year. Isn't it? But nowadays, you don't have to travel for within a fraction of a few seconds. You can get them at your hand, isn't it? So you just need to have the internet facility with you, and you can click on it, search for it, click on it, and you get the whole details. And even today, when you go for navigation, you want to find out a place, you don't need to go to that place. You just need to go to the Google map, you go and find out the place, click over it, and the whole picture is clear to you, isn't it? Isn't it? So first, and I'll say that this is the major reason for the birth of globalization. I will say that the huge revolution which had actually taken place in the field of communication in the form of technology. Second one I told you is the urge. Urge means the desire, as which I've told you, there is always a growing desire amongst the human being to know the unknown, to see the unseen, isn't it? To know about the country which you are living, which is just a next door neighbor to you. What is the culture of that country? What does the country look like? What is the topography? What is the physical feature of that particular country? What is the national dress of their country? What is the national music, national dance of that country? If you want to know about that, you don't need to go to that particular country. So if you have that desire within you, you can easily avail it by means of the technology which is available to you. And the last one which I've told you is that, for the reason of economic development. This is also one of the major reasons, when technology was not available, when, other means of communication was not there, and only when, I don't know whether you have learnt in history or not, at a time, when trade would take place only overseas. Overseas means, only trading would take place between countries by means of cargo ships. Cargo ships are ships that carry only things for trade, and it would take months and months, and at times, it would so happen, that a ship is coming loaded, and maybe it may so happen that within there is a sea storm, and the whole cargo ship had gone drawn. It has drowned under the ocean or the sea, and the trader facing lakhs and lakhs of rupees of losses. But now, people, there are so much of revolution has taken place even in the fields of communication. Now, flights are there, different other measures have also been taken up, where within 24 hours or hardly within few hours of a day, or hardly, I'll tell you, 4 to 5 days, things are getting exported from one country to the other. So trade is one of the important factors. As I've told you, one of the most important reasons for economic development of the country is trade. And international trade is one of the most important factors. As I've told you, that one of the ways by which a country can become prosperous is by the foreign currency it earns. And the huge number of foreign currency which you can earn, it is only by trade, that is the export and import business which you have. Clear? Did you understand? For the reasons which I have told you, first of all, I have discussed as to what do you mean by globalization, and then I have told you that what are the causes for the growth of globalization, especially, since the dawn of the 19th century, that is modern century, you will find that the growth of globalization has actually, globalization as a concept, it has actually developed in this modern era. Clear? And previously, that means that doesn't mind, I am never at all saying that previously people did not have that urge. They had that urge but facilities were not there, and as I've taken the name for, like for example, Vasco da Gama, and you have heard about Magellan and so many other explorers you have heard about. Many of them, you have heard the names of Francis D. Albuquerque and so many others, you have heard about them. In order to, they wanted to know about India, they wanted to explore India, and unfortunately, instead of exploring India, they have gone to other parts of the world. And in this respect, the one who was actually successful was only Vasco da Gama, isn't it? But if it would happen in today's time, would these explorers would have faced such a problem? Never at all. They would go by the Google map, and within a few seconds they would get out where is India and where is other country of the world. So you cannot deny the fact that actually globalization, technological revolution has always been a part of, development of globalization. Now we will see the consequences. Consequences means results. First of all, we have seen what is the definition of globalization. Then we have seen what are the causes for the development of causes for the development of globalization, and now we will see the consequences. Consequences means the results. What are the results for the birth of globalization? So first reason, first the first consequence or the first result of globalization which we will discuss is about the political consequences. That in the political sector, what are the changes which had taken place due to the development of globalization. You are getting this on page number 139, and please you will get it clearly. It's given political consequences, and especially if you go for the second paragraph, you will get that see uh, three aspects have been given, and you will get them in the second paragraph. The second paragraph, you see, at the most simple level, globalization results in an erosion of state capacity, that is the ability of government to do what they want. That means nowadays, you know, the government have become much more free, in the sense that, why? Because it has improved its capacity by going or learning about the political systems existing in the other countries of the world. Clear? Now the government of India can very easily know about the political systems which are existing in the other parts of the world. All over the world, you know, the old welfare state is now giving way to a more minimalist state that performs certain core functions such as the maintenance of law and order and the society and the security of their citizens. Yes, you see the reasons. Now, a country, you know, instead of spending much of its time in welfare activities, now what the state is now focusing into, the world is now focusing into that kind of works, like what? Like maintaining law and order within the country, and to provide security to all the people in their country. However, it withdraws from many of its earlier welfare functions directed at economic and social well-being. In place of the welfare state, it is the market that becomes the prime determinant of economic and social priorities. Yes, just now what I was telling you is that instead of focusing on welfare state, now majority of the countries of the world, they are focusing on what? First of all, maintenance of law and order in the country. Second, security. Third, economic and social well-being of the people. That is bringing about social and economic development of the people. And together with that, now you see, you have come to know about the concept of multinational companies, isn't it? You have heard about the concept of multinational companies, where various countries from different parts of the world, now they are coming and they are launching projects all over the world. So with the help of this, what will happen, you know, it will bring about economic development and social development. How will this be brought about? You know, we are now trying to give away all those kinds of practices which were once upon a time practiced in India. And one more thing, as I've told you, you know, uh, because of this technological revolution, now the citizens of the world, you know, all over the world, they are getting better information about the political system, existing in various parts of the world. So now, if you want to know about the political system working in America or UK or any other country of the world, you don't need to go there. If you want to know about the US hegemony, about the activities of the UNO, just use the factor of technology and you can have a knowledge about them. So when you have a knowledge about them, what will you do? You will compare your system with the other systems of the world. And if you compare, you can understand very well that what your country is lagging in the political sphere. So you can ask from the government about all those rights, all those privileges, all those facilities which you did not get earlier. So these are the political consequences, and the other consequences like the economic consequences and the cultural consequences, I'll be doing it tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I can complete this book. I will give you some questions also. So okay, thank you very much to all of you.